Tenaque, hello to one. Tenacorua, hello to two. Tenakoto, hello to all. Haere mai everyone. Haere mai everyone. Well, let me think, on Sunday, and today is Monday, Sunday is the day that I always looked for eggs in the garden when I was little. But the week before Easter, which is what is coming, it was all about decorating eggs and making cards with pictures of eggs and thinking about eggs and chickens. And where I was born, it was spring, so flowers were coming up and it was a very, very exciting time. We've got autumn. And the caterpillars are hatching and turning into butterflies, and the leaves are turning beautiful colours. And it's Easter Sunday, this Sunday, and I just wanted to show you very quickly some ideas for eggs. I might write about it somewhere at more length, but for now I'll show you some. This one down here was made by my son, I think, when he was very little. There's a little person and a dog and a tree and a big, big sun, and my name, because I was called Eva then. So that's a drawing on an egg. Whoops. This one was a little trail of glue, and then it was dipped in black sand from out the west coast. That's nice. Simple but beautiful. This one was a drawing with a little finely sharpened pencil, and then wet a little bit because it was a water pencil. That's a nice one too. These were very exciting to make. This we put maidenhair fern onto the egg, and then we carefully, I think we might have wet them to make them stick down, and then we wrapped the whole thing in a stocking and tied it very tight and put it in a saucepan with a whole lot of brown onion skins and boiled it. It's blown. These eggs are all blown, so it just boiled and boiled. We made sure it was under the water. Then you dry it and you take off the stocking, and it has this lovely pattern. So, and sometimes we just made them that colour and then we decorated on them. Like maybe that's how this one was done. So it was just decorated with a felt pen, a silver and a gold felt pen. These ones, this one I drew. I quite like that one. I think I must have been a while ago. There's a lot of patience there with all those little squares and rabbits and patterns and triangles. That's how I always drew my eggs when I was little. Lots and lots of patterns. All sorts of shapes. And then yesterday I talked about the one that I wanted to do, and I did one this morning with the help of my daughter. So there's little yellow chickens, and there's little white flowers, there's long green grass, and in the sky there are clouds and a blue sky. It's all about wax and dye, and you'll see that on another post. I'll put a picture up. And this one is done using bits of tissue paper. If you have tissue paper in small bits, they oops, out of the light a bit. They give their colour off. You just put them on and then wet them. Your fingers will get terribly, terribly colourful. And let it dry, and then peel the paper off, and whoosh, you've got these gorgeous colours. These ones were done with marbling, and that's an interesting trick. You'd have to learn about that, but it's doable. That was fun. These were drawn on and then wetted, so the colour on the crayons ran a bit. And this is the one that my daughter's been doing today and yesterday, putting on wax with a very interesting little tool. Let me show you the tool. We found them in a second-hand shop. It's like this, and you put beeswax down the end there, hold it over a candle, and wax comes out. And then you draw with a wet wax, the wet hot wax. And wherever it stays like it was yellow, then you put the wax on, then you dip it in red, and then you take all the wax off, and you're left with a red and yellow pattern. Pretty nice. And finally, I think that's about it really. This is another one she did. Looks very complicated. She says it wasn't really, so it's just a question of changing the colour of the dye. And you can use food dye. That's really fine. And then there's circles. And then there's just big, bold, beautiful colours. And that's really nice too. I like that one. This one is just I'm not sure what we did with that one, but I like it. Might have been red cabbage. Don't know. Oh, and here's another plain one. Just big, bold red. I think we used paint. It looks like it. And so that's enough of the eggs. Bye-bye, eggs, and thank you. And this is an Easter story. And because it's Easter, of course, we should just say hello to this chap who's very keen to be in the picture, but actually his turn is not until... Look, there they are. Look, he's looking up at you. Oh, somebody's looking at me. Don't hold my ears. I'm sorry. No. I'm going to be in the story on Friday. So look out for me. I'm in the Friday story. And I'm the Easter bunny. Look, I've got an egg already. And a little tail. Oh, look at my little tail. Needs fixing, Mum. Okay, I'll fix it. Bye-bye. See you Friday. Right. And now, an Easter story. Well, my name is Evelyn. And it begins with an E. Evelyn. And Easter begins with an E. Easter. And this is how I draw an E, if it's at the beginning of my name. Here it is. I'm going to draw a big E. There. That's an E. E for Easter, E for Evelyn, and also E for Elin, Elin in Avondale, and also Edie and Eden, and Elizabeth, who had a birthday, and Estella, and Edie, I've said her. Okay, so that's all one. And also I know some children called Eva, and it might be Ava, and Everdeen, and Elspeth, and our teacher called Emily, but lots of other people. But anyway, this is an E. And when I tell stories, sometimes I do pictures. And this is a picture story. And I'll just draw some other things while I'm doing this. Because this is a story about, I once knew a boy called Thomas who had a brother called David. And David was very good at, I wonder, should there be another one up here? Oh, I don't know. We've all got pink pillows. You see if you can guess what it is. Yes, what is up here? Those are pillows. What is that? Yes, what is it? What is this one? This one's got a different colour because it belongs to someone else. And this one is different again. There we go. That's a big one. So this is an E. And the E, in this picture, yes, I was telling you about Thomas. Thomas couldn't write his own name, and his brother, who was exactly the same age as him, could. And it was a bit of a problem. Some people thought it was, but it wasn't really. But I told a story for Thomas, and I drew a picture for his name, T-H-O-M, etc. Made a story up. So this is a story about Easter. And that there, you might recognise it, that is a bunk bed. That's the wall, and there are 3 beds. And the person in this story, well, who is the person in this story? I don't know. I think I'll make it Elin. Elin was in bed, and if she wanted to go up to bed, there was a ladder that her dad had built, so the ladder went up like this. So they could all climb up. She'd go right to the very, 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 very top, but if she wanted to come down fast, she would come down on the rope. Like a fireman out of his... Anyway, she woke up one morning, early in the morning. It might have been, the day before Easter Sunday, Saturday, or even Good Friday. And she went outside, and there in the garden, against the wall... I ought to draw it properly. I think I'll do it red. Here it is. What do you think that looks like, given that it's Easter? Yes. That is almost a whole egg. But it was hidden behind the wall, which was green. So you couldn't see it all. But there it is. That's an egg. It was very pretty. We'll make patterns on it. It was quite big. And she thought, oh, look at that egg. Oh, I'd like to unwrap it because it was covered in silver foil. That's what all this coloured stuff is little patterns on the silver foil. Oh, zigzags are nice, aren't they? Oh, I've already done that colour. Let's go yellow. There we go. There's yellow. That looks nice. And maybe some purple triangles. Oh, that doesn't look so good. That colour doesn't work so well. Maybe purple on yellow is not such a pretty combination. I don't know. It seems to be making a sort of a brown, doesn't it? I'll try something else. I'll try red. I'll do circles. There we go. We've already done circles even. Never mind. Anyway, there it was, hiding against the wall, leaning against the wall, and she thought, what can I do with it? And she looked at it. She looked at it very carefully. She looked at it on the top. She looked around the side. She looked around the other side. She looked at the bottom. And she drew an S shape with her hands as she followed her hands around the egg, thinking, shall I open it? Shall I open it? Shall I open it? Oh, I don't know. And in the end, she decided no. She would not open it. What she was going to do instead was to take it outside and hang it up. Because that's what we're going to do. That's what my daughter and I are going to do. We're going to hang some of those eggs you can see. Well, possibly not those. We've got some more. You've got about 4 dozen from over the years. And she's going to hang it on a pole. Oh, that pencil's broken. I didn't really want to use that colour. Anyway, what's this one? Oh, look, this used to belong to C.J. Christy Jensen, maybe, when I used to be a teacher. You can see a lot of these have got my name on, because these were my pencils, and the children all had these pencils too when I taught in a primary school. And that's why I had to write my name, so we wouldn't get muddled up, because they all got moved around all day, borrowing pencils and all the rest. So this is a telegraph pole. T for telegraph. Whoa, that was an excited pencil. And what she did was she hung it. She had a long string, like you can see on my page is a picture of all these eggs in Hungary it was. These beautiful eggs hanging and dangling. Maybe you didn't have it hanging quite so low, but there it is. That's the egg. She had a little bit of masking tape to keep it from falling off. I haven't got time to do all those patterns, but I can get purple in now. There we go, purple eggs. And she hung it there for everybody to see. And because she thought how nice it would be to eat an Easter egg, she felt hungry. So she went inside and ate a hamburger. What colour are hamburgers? I think they're brown. Where's my brown? There. This, by the way, is how you teach colours. You just talk about them. Here we go. This is a hamburger. This is the top of the bun. This is how you draw a small E. That's a big E, capital E, and this is a little e. And you go up, along, you go along, you go up and around. There's the top of the hamburger bun. And here comes the bottom of the hamburger bun. And she put all sorts of things in there. She put, cheese and mayonnaise and lettuce. Oh, we could have the colours, couldn't we? Cheese. What colour's cheese? Yellow. And a little bit of that. And a little bit of green lettuce. Yes. Oh, that's funny. And a little bit of, what else do you put in hamburgers? Well, you guys eat meat probably. I don't, but that's all right. Put the meat in there. And tomatoes. Red. Yes, nice. And she liked tomato sauce, and that's why she always left this little gap here, because sometimes it was important for the tomato sauce to dribble out. And the mayonnaise, but white doesn't show on white, so I won't draw that. Oh, look, we've almost written the whole word, Easter. So she took her hamburger and she went outside and she found a small tree. It had a trunk and a branch. There it is, a trunk and a branch. And Elin climbed up with her hamburger and she sat up there. We're going to see her now. I'm going to have to draw a person, a little person eating a hamburger. Here we go. 2 hands up to your mouth. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Maybe I should have used a pencil. Haven't got one. She's going to be all blue. She's got a hamburger and she's got her legs dangling down, one on each side of the branch. Oh, there we go. Let me give her some hair. What colour is Elin's hair? I think she might have fair hair like me, but I'm not sure. It's either yellow or it's brown. I'll give her a bit of both. A bit of both. Where's brown? That's gone. Oh, yes, there it is. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, and the hamburger. She needs the hamburger. There it is. Right. And that was Easter. Elin woke up in a bunk bed. She saw a big egg. She looked at it from the top, the bottom, and the sides, and she went outside and she tied it to a telegraph pole so everybody else could enjoy it too. Like when you look for teddy bears, now we can look for eggs if we hang them up. And then she went inside and had a hamburger, and she climbed up on a little tree and sat on a branch with the hamburgers and watched the people walking past, admiring her egg. And that's the story of Elin at Easter. And this is grass growing. And it should stop now, Evelyn. Stop. Like, you can go on forever, can't you? Oh, I know what I want. Sun in the sky. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. There we go. And birds. They're flying away. 5. 5 is a good number. And that's it. So now we can sing goodbye. Kakite, kakite, kakite ano. We'll see you, we'll see you, we'll see you again. See you Friday. Woo, I dropped my egg.